Hey, what's up, YouTube? You already know it's AllCity Live TV, and thank you for tuning in. We finally made it. We hit the ultimate achievement on NBA 2K20 Legend, man. And I gotta say, it's been an awesome experience, man. I can't tell you how much support we received. The outpouring of support was truly humbling from the entire 2K community out there. We had Legend greats. We had Legend heavy hitters out there, YouTube heavy hitters out there. Come through to the channel. People like Uncle Demi, Brutal Sim on the scene, Wicked and Me, DJ Cook was out there, J-Riss was out there. I mean, Laker fan came through and showed support and love for our celebration grind to Legend, man. It was absolutely awesome. We had the park flooded. I mean, there was no other games even being played in the neighborhood. Everybody was there to support us for our Legend celebration, and it was an absolute amazing experience. I gotta tell you guys, man, the amount of people that came out, as you guys can see here, was just truly humbling, and I'm so appreciative for all of you guys that come out and showed support for our channel and our community growth. Nothing but positive vibes. You know how we do here at AllCity Live TV. Before we continue on, I do want to mention to you guys that we got the City Circus Summer League series taking place right now, and it's been absolutely amazing so far. And if you guys would like to join in on the fun in the City Circus Summer League series, which will continue on throughout the summer months, then join our Discord. We have a great community on Discord of over 1,800 players, all willing to help you guys out with badges and builds, or if you need players to run with, join in our Discord. Click the link is the top pinned comment in this video or in the description below. When you get into Discord, just message RVN, put at RVN, his name will come up. Ask him for the details for joining the City Circus Summer League series, and he'll get you right in and get you straight out there. We're also going to have some drafts taking place where two captains select from a pool of players that join us on the live stream and join my park. If you guys would like to get in on the drafts or the City Circus Summer League series, be sure to join our Discord. All right, let's keep this going. So I wanted to take a victory lap because I think a grind to Legend definitely deserves a victory lap, but it wouldn't have meant as much to me if I couldn't do this with our community. Like you see in the background here, man, when I say truly humbling, just a great experience to have so many people. These are each individual players in their own homes. How many people, how many lives have we touched here at AllCity Live TV, man? It's been amazing. And just to know that you guys actually came out to support the ultimate achievement on NBA 2K20 was just awesome, man. And it's enough to keep you going, because a lot of people ask you, what do you do after you hit Legend? Well, I'm more so focused. Listen, if I wasn't a content creator, I don't know if I would necessarily play the game after hitting Legend, the ultimate achievement, the highest achievement for NBA 2K20. If I wasn't a content creator, there wouldn't be much left for me to do on NBA 2K20. But fortunately enough, we have a great and growing community here at AllCity Live TV, and we have so many avenues that we can approach creating content and also playing the game. For instance, we used to do drafts in the beginning of the year. Before we started our grind to Legend, we used to do a bunch of drafts where we'll have two captains come out with two pro-am teams, and those captains will select people who join us. So there'll be a pool of people outside who joined our park, and we'll just select people and select the team and create two private pro-am teams and have a private pro-am matchup. So we're considering doing something like that again for our community here. It's pretty dope. You know, it's like now we're getting more viewers in our live stream. If you guys are not familiar with our live stream, consider joining us. We live stream every single day right here on YouTube. So come on out and join us. And if we could start that up and people want to get better at their game, they want to improve their game, or they just want to play on a platform where people can see them, and this will allow room for them to gain more players to run with. And everybody knows chemistry is really good. When you have chemistry with a team, that's really good for people out there to help increase their game and also increase how they play the game. When you have chemistry out there, you can increase your win percentage, so that's pretty dope. I think chemistry is king in my opinion. I don't want to talk too much about chemistry, but I'm more so saying if we start up the drafts, that's definitely a community builder, so that'll be dope for us here at AllCity Live TV. We received some amazing amazing comments, man. People who really took the time to kind of show their appreciation for what we do here. So I thought that was pretty dope. I'm gonna have comments playing up in the background randomly as we go through this video. What else could I do at Legend? I noticed I want to talk about a lot of content creators make build videos after they hit Legend, and somebody brought this up in the live stream yesterday, and it's like, can you trust a legend that tells you what build to create? I don't know if you guys are getting like what I'm trying to express here. Is like a legend has 40 additional badges. The average player on 2K doesn't necessarily, they haven't reached legend, so they don't have the opportunity to have an additional 40 extra badges. Not to mention the grind that it takes to kind of get those badges initially are given to a legend ASAP as soon as they create a build. So it's a lot easier for a legend to kind of create new builds and grind those builds out because they're given 40 additional badges right off rip. So can you trust somebody who creates builds and offers them as content on their channel? And I'm here to say, I think it's a good way to look at the potential for builds. So like, if you see a legend creating builds and saying this is the next goated build and you should create this build, just take the idea into perspective. See how they laid out their badges. See how they which attributes they maxed out, or how they kind of allocated the attributes to build any particular player. Because we all know legends get 40 additional badges and it's kind of cheesy in a way. But I'm here to tell you, I went out yesterday, right? So yesterday was the first day that I got to play on different builds, really test them out with all of these additional badges. And I don't know what's going on in 2K. I can't really call it, but we have some of our best shooters missing shots consistently, wide open shots. I was out there with a sharpshooter, although he wasn't maxed out. He was missing wide open shots. My two-way slashing playmaker, I had an alright time playing with him, but did he look like a player that had 40 additional badges? I wouldn't necessarily say so. My slashing playmaker brought him out. He's missing shots. I can't call it, but then again, we go see like just like a player with less experience. Let's say that a player with less experience comes on out and they're hitting like contested shots. Man, yesterday we played against somebody hitting 100% contested shots, and it's super goofy. I don't know what's going on, and I have a feeling. You guys let me know if you're experiencing the same thing. But I have a feeling it has something to do with NBA 2K20. If I'm not mistaken, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. 2K20 is going to be free on July's PS Plus. So I don't know if that works for Xbox as well, but from what I'm hearing, it's going to be free on July's PS Plus. And I think new players, if 2K is trying to introduce the game to new players to promote 2K21 and get people in line and see how the game is, they want to let people experience the game, as many people as possible experience the game. And who knows, they may be leveraging some type of back-end deal just to show like they increase the player base and it increases their leverage to make back-end deals with sponsors and advertisers and whatnot. But who knows, I'm not gonna like try to go too much into detail on that, but that could very well be the case. What I am saying is that a new player is not gonna take too kindly to the game being too difficult for them to play without any badges or anything like that. So you're going to see a lot more rookies out there coming out to the park trying to experiment. Because the game is free, there's going to be a lot more people playing the game. So when you see those people out there, 2K wants to make it so that they have an enjoyable experience. I imagine they want to make it so that they have an enjoyable experience. This is not my first rodeo. I've seen 2K do this just last year. We went through the same exact scenario. And it's like, you see this. I'm a player that plays the game every day, and I've done it. So I've done so on live stream. My grind to legend has all been documented, so you guys could see how I've actually worked so hard to grind to legend. And what I want to say is that a new player coming on is not going to be too happy about the game being too difficult. So it feels like, 2K is just lowering those sliders or whatnot, or increasing particular sliders, so that new players, the noobs out there that are getting the game for free this coming Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like July 7th, and when the game is going to be for free for everybody on PS Plus. So they're going to make it a more enjoyable experience for them, and that means that they're going to have to like remix the sliders to make it a more enjoyable experience. And I don't know what that means for my player, because I feel like my player is not enjoying the same incentives of those slider adjustments. It feels like it's more difficult to shoot, and I don't know if 2K has the ability to kind of decrease or increase sliders according to your rep or experience playing the game, because that's how it feels. I'll just tell you, that's how it feels. And it's always felt like that since the beginning of the year with different players that I've created. I've created a multitude of players, and as I increased their badges and attributes, it wasn't the same experience that I went through when I first brought the player out. So I first bring the player out, and I see a limitless amount of potential in the player's ability. When I first bring them out with no badges, quite a few players I just brought out without no badges, no career games played at all, and I bring them out and grind them in the park or rec. Not 92 under rec. I haven't been fortunate enough to play 92 under rec as much as I would have liked to this year to increase my rep opportunities, but I would just grind them out in the park, playing consistently, being that I played the game every day. I would just grind them out and see if I see the potential in the tester. And if I saw potential, I'll bring them right out to the park at 85 overall. I'll max them to 85 and then grind the badges and everything else to 99 in the park or in rec center. So I'm saying, like, man, as I played, I saw potential when I first bring the player out, but as I played, my experience kind of just dwindled. It was just like I had an ultimate expectation for the player, and then slowly I had to lower the standards, lower my expectations for a player, because the Hall of Fame badges and, you know, maxing out your players' badges, it didn't amount to what I thought it would be. I don't know if you guys experienced this as well. Please let me know if you do, because I gotta tell you, man, consistently I will make a player, I see the potential in that player, and then somehow, some way, I would then, like, I would play with that player, and then I want to add extra boost, or then maybe it may be Gatorade, and you're just like always like wondering what could it be that your player plays amazing one day, and then the next day he just like a rookie out there. And it's hard enough, especially at Legend. This is what when you hit the Legend rep, it seems like more people want to target you. So there's not really room for me. Although I'm not a player who's too concerned about win percentages and you know, taking L's and things like that. All year I've been concerned about trying to understand 2K. All year that's been my primary concern. How can I get a grasp or a better idea, a handle on what I'm experiencing out there? And unfortunately, I haven't been able to fully grasp it. Like I keep mentioning, I haven't been able to kind of wrap my hands around what's going on, wrap my arms or whatnot, just get a better understanding of what's going on in 2K. I haven't fully been able to do that. If you guys have, more power to you. But I tell you, man, it's been really difficult for me to get a good understanding of 2K. And even at Legend, when I brought him out yesterday, I said, man, you know, people are asking me on the live stream, is it worth it? Was it worth it? Was the grind to Legend worth it? You get those additional badges. You think you're gonna be super goated when you come out here. And my expectation wasn't high for the amount of badges that I received, because again, if I had a better idea of what's going on in 2K, I would have been like, well, I know what to do when I get those 40 badges. But unfortunately, imagine hitting Legend and still feeling like you don't really know what you're going to get. Not to mention this orange core. This orange core is, I mean, just terrible. It's like the Bermuda Triangle when you enter in on the orange core. You never know where you're gonna end up or what's gonna happen in there. Twilight Zone to the fullest. You just don't know what will happen on the orange core. For some strange reason, I don't know what it is, but my experience is always bad on the orange core. I want to say, you know, I'm not trying to completely knock my whole experience grinding to legend, we've had some real enjoyable times, some fun times. We created some great memories. I have a ton of highlights, man, probably over 1,000 highlights within the game, man, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. But it's unfortunate when you see players that even when you look back, because I'm a content creator and I save so much content, I'm always like saving some of these clips. I look back at some of my older clips and I'm like, why can't my player do this anymore? It's obvious. I mean, it's clear as day obvious why, like a two-way slashing playmaker that was catching bodies after bodies, just laying them down, catching cases out there at the beginning of the year, now can't even go into a contact dunk animation, and the bodies are just far and few in between. For what reason is that? Why would that be the case? You can't tell me that it's a constant latency issue, 2K. You cannot tell me that I do not know what I experienced, because it's been documented. It's not my player. My player only has gotten better as far as attributes and badges. It's actually something that you guys did with a patch or with the sliders that changed the way my player plays out there on the court. Now that I have 40 additional badges and I went out there yesterday, we couldn't lose. We were on a 15-game win streak. But did it feel like a 15-game win streak? One of the homies, Travion, right here in the front, just said, hey, that was the weirdest 15-game win. We didn't lose. We just got off because I was tired. It was exhausting, even on the win streak. It was mentally and physically exhausting. Imagine being mentally and physically exhausted because what you're experiencing on 2K is just so odd. It was almost every single game that we were playing where things did not make sense. We're not playing basketball. This is not basketball that we're playing out there. 2 times we're talking about a shooter shot 100% contested shots. The label came up as 100% contested and he makes the shot. And it's quite unfortunate that 2K doesn't reward great defense. Where is that at? You have to come out here with almost 3 defensive players, which we actually met yesterday, and we were still winning, but it wasn't an enjoyable experience because when we're strategizing to win out there, we're creating the strategy to win. So we come up with a game plan on how we're gonna win. We execute the game plan perfectly. Create an open shot. The shot goes up, big whites, bounces off the rim. It's a no-go, no win. But then they come down the court. The opposing team comes down the court and hits 100% contested shot. This is the stuff that don't make sense, don't add up, and leaves you kind of discouraged in your understanding. You feel like you just don't understand it. Like I keep preaching out there, you feel like you just don't understand. And I think 2K doesn't want you to understand. I don't think 2K wants you to understand, because when you start understanding how the game is played, how to play the game, it limits your potential to purchase Gatorade, purchase Boost, because you start understanding particular mechanics and you say, maybe I don't necessarily need this amount of Gatorade. 2K seems to constantly leave you on your toes to create more opportunities for microtransactions, whether that is creating a new build or purchasing Gatorade, purchasing Boost, to try and figure out, in an attempt to figure out what's going on with your player, because it's the natural way. This is how I operate. I don't know if most gamers out there operate the same way, but how I operate is I get my player out there. If I see things that are pretty goofy, maybe I'll get some. Well, I always have jump shot boosts, but maybe I'll add some different boosts out there. One day my player's defense is hella responsive, clamps is working super effectively, and the next day he slides and moves sluggish. So you're thinking, well, maybe I should add some Gatorade. So you consider going and purchasing Gatorade, and your experience it's so minimal. The changes are so minimal that you're just like, man, what could it be? So you scratch your head and you figure maybe it's just you. Let me create a new player. So you go and you create a new player, and in the beginning, when you get that new player out there, you feel like, wow, such limitless potential on this player. I'm gonna grind them out. Let me invest my VC to get him to 85 overall, and then again, let me add boosts while I'm grinding him out there. So again, a whole, and it's just a constant cycle, and it seems that that's where 2K has met their success in microtransactions. That's just a theory of mine. I'm not saying that's actual fact. It is just a theory of mine. But if we get enough people to kind of like agree with this theory, if we get enough people out there to say, yeah, that's happened to me as well. I felt the same thing as well. Am I getting finessed out there? For what reason should I be getting finessed? Why? Why is there a reasoning behind something that people kind of take at their or enjoy at their leisurely time? Why should I be worried about someone trying to snake me or finesse me out there? But that's how it's done out there, because you're not going to be able to compete if you're not purchasing boosts. You're not going to be able to compete if you're not purchasing Gatorade, and you're not going to be able to compete if you don't max out your badges and max out your attributes. But all in all, the flip side to that is when you do max out your all of your abilities, your potential, then for some reason your player seems to kind of take a few steps back in his actual ability. The attributes don't necessarily match the gameplay. So this is not to diminish my overall experience. I'm just speaking on true facts. Some things that I really enjoyed in the game was when those opportunities did present themselves to hit some great shots, clutch moments, things like this. Opportunities where the badge did particular badges did function properly, and you've seen it like work through. For instance, I had equipped Interceptor on my finisher one day during the Beats event, during the most recent Beats event, and it was functioning so amazing. So I thought I found something new, but the very next day it went right back to normal. It wasn't functioning properly. My player wasn't responsive. It didn't feel like I was an aggressive defender out there. So, I guess to say it's just been a roller coaster, like I continue to say on this channel. It's been a roller coaster ride, even to this day. Right now, after my experience yesterday playing the game with the additional badges, it still feels like a roller coaster ride. It feels like anyone could win out there, and we're always at the mercy of 2K and whatever they do with their sliders on any particular day. Whether you're experiencing a high amount of latency, whether you're experiencing server issues, whether you're getting blue screens, whatever it is, you're always at the mercy of 2K. I feel like I never really have full control of my player where I can say, well, that's one of my goated players, we'll stay on that guy. And if we align 3 goated players, we're more than likely gonna take every win. Listen guys, I have a 76 win percentage in the park with over 6,000 games played, 81 win percentage in the rec center with close to 600 games played. I have quite a bit of experience playing the game, so I know when something is being done on the back end. I keep saying this, I know when something is being done on the back end, and I've been preaching how things have changed within the most recent couple of weeks. Things have changed dramatically, and how like goofy we're seeing these animations, how goofy things are in the game, the things that just don't make no sense. But if you guys are experiencing that as well, please let us know. Again, overall, when I look back on my 2K experience, what I'm gonna appreciate more than anything is how we created this absolutely amazing community of people, of gamers, of casual gamers to competitive gamers. I mean, to outstanding players that have started from scratch and didn't play as well in the beginning of the year and now are shooting and dribbling amazing and turned into great defenders out there. People who have invested their time. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys are truly inspirational, and it's humbling that you guys show your appreciation for what we do here on our channel here at AllCity Live TV. I truly appreciate you guys, and thank you for supporting me and keeping me going on my grind to legend. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful and informative, and if you did, please consider subscribing to our channel, as we're gonna have a ton of NBA 2K20 content coming your way. I'll catch you guys on the next video.